I'm Dutch, and let's react to the Americans. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Johan, and I'm a typical Dutchman. And if you're planning to come over to Europe to live here or for your holidays, or if you're wondering why is everything so expensive in the United States in comparison with Europe, then you are at the right place, because in this channel we take a look at and react to the life and living in America versus life and living and the cost of life and living in Europe. And for today we're gonna take a look at Savvy Wheels. And Savvy Wheels has I drove in Europe for the first time. Here's what shocked me. Point of view video. I'm curious what shocked him for driving in Europe. It's going to start with a subscribe and a like, and then let's take a look.
Surprise, surprise, guys. I'm not in Vancouver. I'm actually in the Alps.
Yeah, I'm not in Vancouver, so it's Canada. He's in the Alps. Which side of the Alps? Austria or Switzerland?
Near the Salzburg city.
Salzburg
We're
City.
driving back to Vienna.
Yeah.
We spent a really good time in Salzburg. It was so fun. I'll leave here some of the videos I made in Salzburg, but today we're going to talk about European roads. This is the car we're driving. This is the Suzuki Swift. This car has only 87 horsepower. It's still a great commuter.
It looks as a Suzuki Swift, but it looks rather newer edition. Modern look. It's not the traditional Suzuki Swift.
Even on Austrian autobahns, which have 130 kilometers per hour speed limit. So this is
Austrian autobahn, yeah. Okay, we are in Austria.
my first time in Europe, and that's why I wanted to make a video about different experience while you're driving in North America compared to Europe, and especially compared to Austrian roads and autobahns.
Yeah, because it's typically Austrian now, or is it European roads?
I hope this video is going to be fun. Let's actually jump into the car and discuss those differences. So it's kind of a North American reacting to European roads, good European roads from Austria. Let's go. Yes, this is a manual one. This car only comes in a manual form, or you can go for a CVT, which is...
Yeah, manual. Oh, that's stick driving. That's not something that America does. It's almost always automatic, and in Europe it's almost stick. Except when you're driving an electric car, then it is automatic. But as this gas driven, then it's stick. Most of the time it's stick.
Is not fun. And by the way, I was kind of watching over other people's cars here in Europe just to double check if they actually drive manuals more. And to my surprise, all of the cars I've seen had a manual transmission in it, which is actually very, very cool. You don't see that much often in North America.
We are early in the morning.
So let's actually start talking about some of the differences that I saw right away. I have not driven in any other country rather than Austria, so
Okay.
take this with a grain of salt, but roads in Austria are super, super good. This car has a very short base, so you should not have a really good ride. Since these roads are so good, you don't even notice the imperfections, which is very, very cool, and you actually enjoy it. So this is our exit.
Yeah, because road maintenance in Europe in general, in Northern Europe, I have to say, then Western Europe, I have to say, that's comes out of the taxes you pay. So you pay road tax, so the roads are well maintained and no potholes. High quality roads with good asphalt layers.
This is actually a highway ramp, so we might as well attack it. Let's see. You see, you don't need to have lots of horsepower to have fun.
Yeah, but it's already entering into roadworks. Yellow markings besides the white, and I know in America yellow is the standard, but in Europe when you see yellow markings, that means that there's a road work ahead. So you need to stick within the yellow markings and forget about the white markings and also the warning lights on the side.
So since we are on the highway, let's actually talk about Austrian autobahns. Again, the road quality is insane, and by the way, really cool 911 here. And it is...
Is it the morning or is it in early morning or is it getting late at night? Let's take a look if I can see a time on the display.
Such an enjoyment to drive on these roads. So I've already made a one-way trip from
daylight now.
Vienna to Salzburg this morning, and it was just a breeze, especially with these...
this morning, so now it's evening. Okay, they're driving in the night.
Sorry, it's a little bit dark at this moment, but you're just driving basically in Alps.
Yeah, look at this beautiful sight. It's magnificent. Oh, I love this region. I cycled a lot in this region. Lots of nice mountains, but also the areas here in the valley. It's very nice. It's a very nice country to be in, to cycle through, but also to live in. Yeah.
Surrounded by these beautiful mountains, you cannot not enjoy this. Sometimes I cannot believe the beauty of the nature in this part of the world. It just looks so surreal. Even for a person who is from Vancouver, it's in a whole different level in Austria. What I like about autobahns as well is that most drivers follow the basic highway rules that I try to teach and I try to promote on my channel, which is basically stay on the right if you're not passing anyone and only pass people from the left. And pretty much everyone in this part of the world is doing this exact thing, which is so cool and so safer than what I see usually on North American roads.
Yeah, stay on the left lane if you're cruising, and if you want to pass somebody, then you switch, right lane. Stay in the right lane if you're cruising, and if you want to pass someone, you go over to the left lane, pass the one you want to pass, and then go back to the right lane. That's generally what's been done. There's a 2-lane road, but even if there's 3 or 4 lanes, then still you stay in the right lane, or the most right lane, or if it's 3 lanes are, mostly the right lane is for the truckers, the 2nd lane for the cars, and then the 3rd lane is used to pass by. But in general, yeah, stay right.
There's so many campers in the left lanes or in the middle lane, which makes driving very frustrating and torturous. Let me just quickly talk about this car. It's considered to be a very economical entry-level car from Suzuki, but this car has adaptive cruise control. This car has automatic high beams. This car has 9-inch screen with Apple CarPlay built into it, which is wireless, by the way. This is so many good amenities for, I think it's like 19,000 pound car. I feel like we are missing out as North Americans for this type of vehicle.
Yeah, it's Suzuki. It's Asian. And America don't import that much, I believe don't. And nowadays with the tariffs, none. This is a good car.
I know it has 87 horsepower and 0 to 60 is around 12 seconds. But I actually haven't noticed this car being not adequate or not safe, even driving on Austrian autobahns. You can see we're driving 120 kilometers per hour. I'm usually driving like close to 130. It's fine. This car only has 1.5 liter 3-cylinder engine, So it's very, very fuel efficient due to its low weight and just overall great, efficiently built car. It has all physical controls that you want. Clear tachometer, clear speedometer, actually everything that you need. I feel like in North America we forgot about having cars like this so that we just get things that we actually need rather than having, 45,000 average new car price today, especially in these times with car tariffs, with the recession going on. This is what we actually need in Canada and US. So the next thing I noticed, especially in Austria, is that they are enforcing really harshly all of the rules, especially speed limits. So that's why I'm not going over the speed limit usually anywhere in the city or on the highway.
Good idea. Keep on the speed limits. Yeah. Because you're photographed or radar tracked. Several ways to do this.
On the Autobahn, it's 130 kilometers per hour, so I usually stay around 130. But as you can see, people are actually driving much faster than me sometimes. Maybe they know where speed cameras are situated, or they just live here, so they kind of know. We're not going to test our luck today. When I was growing up, people were telling me that Germans and Austrians are very, very strict with their rules and they like to follow them. So I was thinking going into driving in Austria that all people are gonna show their turn signals, every single time. I thought that they're gonna leave enough space behind you, enough space in front of you all the time. But as it usually happens all the time, whenever I go to any country I visit, is that people are actually the same everywhere. So
yeah. That doesn't matter. Some people will stick to your rear, don't give you enough space in front. It's everywhere the same, also in Europe, and not using turn signals, etc. It happens everywhere, in every country in Europe. So don't be wondering that they don't, because we don't.
Even in this country, there's no miracle.
But he's talking about the Autobahn in Austria. And to live in the confusion, the Autobahn in Austria is a maximum speed limit 130 kilometers an hour. That means, give or take, 85 miles an hour, give or take. And the Autobahn in Germany, there are some Autobahns that have no speed limit, but in general, also there in Germany, there are speed limits of about 120 or 130 kilometers or even 100 kilometers an hour. So it's not everywhere in Germany you can drive as fast as you dare to do. No, only specific areas.
You will not see like a very huge difference in driving quality, honestly. So the next thing, a good thing, is driving in the city. Even though you would think that in a city like Vienna, you're gonna see lots of cars, it's not actually the case, because I feel like they did a great job with giving people an opportunity, a choice to either commute by cars or public transport. And most of the people are going to choose public transport. I have a couple of friends in Vienna and they don't have a car because it doesn't make sense. So that leads to a situation where there's not actually lots of cars in the city.
You don't need a car in the city if you work in the city. If you work and live in the city, you don't need a car. You can go around by public transport. Very good. In Austria, it's a very good public transport, even better than in the Netherlands. So, yeah.
We'll talk more about driving in the city once we get to Vienna. I just want to show you guys the Vienna at night. I think it's going to be a great ending to the video, but let's talk more about the Austrian Autobahns. It is such a great experience to pass people on the left and merge again to the right. There was not a single situation where I had to wait for a person camping on the left to go away, to move over. It was always easy.
Yeah, but there are people I see in the Netherlands, and I also see them in Germany, that always stays on the left. They have a high speed, and they think, well, why should I go back to right? So they camping, as they call it, as he calls it, they camping on the left side. They are always somewhere, some people who always drive on the left side. But most of us, most of the normal quote quote drivers will go back to the right and make room for the next one.
If you want to have a road trip somewhere in Austria, I highly recommend driving here. It doesn't matter from which way you're gonna go into Salzburg, you're just gonna drive in the Alps. And I'm actually taking the Autobahn way, but you can also find some back roads or find some alternative highways, which probably gonna be more scenic, more twisty. What I liked as well, there's lots of good gas stations, and every single gas station we went to had a separate cafe. What I also found really interesting is that there's so few SUVs in Europe.
So few SUVs. We don't need an SUV. We need a car. One of the range. That's it.
Which is so cool. They have actually lots of cars like this one. Small city cars with enough power to get you going in the city, on the highway, with great amenities.
Oh, a Volkswagen up? Yeah.
Even in entry-level cars like the Suzuki Swift. You know, in North America we talk about being friendly to the environment, so we build these huge EV trucks, EV SUVs, which are actually much more harmful to the environment than, let's say, this Suzuki Swift. And yes, it's not NAV, but it's still very, very economical and very efficient. I feel like in Europe, there's such a cool selection of these.
I am thinking about the Suzuki Swift he's driving in. He will drive, and that's what I'm thinking about. One on 20, one on, yeah, maybe even more, one on 25, so three times 2060 divided 4, yeah. It will be 1 gallon on 60 miles. No, 40 miles. 1 gallon on 40 miles, give or take. So without any, yeah, 1 gallon every 40 miles. So
kind of small cars, which are so fun to drive, especially in manual form. Yeah, you see, it's not lots of power, but it's fun to wind down the engine.
Shift up.
And I'm not speeding. The limit is 130 kilometers per hour, so you can enjoy a car, enjoy the engine, and still be fine. Not go to prison. Alright guys, so we are back, and we are already in Vienna.
Okay.
Our trip is coming up to its end, so I decided to put an end to my video as well.
Okay.
But yeah, as you can see, it's 11:30 in the evening. The city still is active, lots of people walking, riding scooters.
Yeah,
In
the
Europe,
free
it's much more
scooters are
harder to
there,
drive
yeah.
in the city, especially when you drive a manual. The reason is that, you know, lots of pedestrians.
The scooters you just saw passing by are provided by the city. So with a special app, you can grab a scooter, put your phone on it, drive anywhere you want to go, leave the scooter there, and then don't worry about it. And somebody else who's in the neighborhood who needs a scooter grabs that scooter, and it's all electric. So it's, yeah, and once in a while the city picks them up and put them back in some spots in the city, and everything goes again. Yeah, part of the public transportation in many cities in Germany and Austria, not in the Netherlands.
At any time. Lots of cyclists at any time. So you have to be basically alert 24/7.
Oh, 30.
But still, the roads are pretty nice. Everything is greatly laid out. You know, it's Austria, so.
Small roads with a small car, so it looks good, but
What would you expect? So let's see what we can do with this junction. Alright, no cars, no people. Alright, cool. The manual always makes it fun, even in the city. But overall, I enjoyed this trip so much, regardless of my driving experience in here. You know, just traveling to Europe is so much fun. So I think it is an awesome experience to drive in Europe if you would like to have one.
oh,
I highly recommend
parking garage.
to rent a car in Europe, especially in a city like Vienna. It could be quite fun. This is where my trip ends. And as always, stay safe out there, keep enjoying the drive, and I'll see you in
The
the
next
next
video. Okay. He's doing it good. He's doing good. Yeah. Yeah, nice video. Just take a look in a Suzuki Swift driving through over the roads in over the highway of Austria, the Autobahn. I did expect some more shocking stuff, but didn't. But yeah, good. Yeah, some more Toyota Crown and driving manual transmission. Yeah, if you don't know how to, yeah. Well, I hope you learned something about Europe in this video. If you did, then press like. And if you want to see more of my videos, then this is a good place to start with. And if you would hit this button to subscribe, that would really mean a lot to me, because then the algorithm knows that you liked it too, and more people will come. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.